My time in the military, I served from 1985 to 2011 in a unit called the 321st Material Management Center, which later on became the 321st Sustainment Brigade. I served, as far as my responsibilities, I've served in different positions. Tank Automotive Maintenance Management was my branch. Uh, as an officer, I was a young lieutenant. I also served as mobilization officer. I served in logistics, and I served support operations. The most challenging aspect of serving in the war zone, Desert Shield, Desert Storm, Iraqi Freedom 1 and 2, Enduring Freedom. Most challenging aspect was being away from the family. I was mentally prepared because the military, my unit, 321st MMC, from 1985 until 1990, when we actually went to war, we trained. So a lot of it was muscle, memory, and I guess you could say mental memory. I can't really go into deep detail about some of my particularly memorable moments in military service. Because leaving your buddies, your comrades, is difficult. It's like a family. And coming back into the civilian world, you have to adjust back. You go from 100 to 25, basically. All us soldiers that go to the combat zone, when we come back, first of all, before we were there, we were hoo-hoo. When we got there, we were hoo-hoo. And when we came back, we were hoo-hoo. In other words, we pretty much hide the underlying emotions within yourself. I mean, you act like a soldier when you come back. When you're over there, you're a soldier, and you don't. Soldiers don't believe in going to get help. They don't believe that. They think they got to be hoo-hoo all the time. I got lots of challenges. I got a lot of medication for those challenges. I can't go into all of them, but we'll maybe give you two. Not getting enough sleep day to day. Other challenges, not being able to be around a group of people all the time. I really don't I don't go out and deal with friends no more. PTSD has affected me that much. I pretty much stay to myself and my family, immediate family. But as far as being out with the boys and the girls, I don't do it. It's not something that I want to do. So I'm kind of an unsociable creature right now. Steps that I've taken to seek treatment for PTSD. I've actually uh, talked to about 3 psychiatrists basically. Uh, I've been into group sessions with the VA, and and medication. I don't know if any of it is helpful. I guess it is, uh, but I try to do the best I can to keep at a calm level. I try not to. I just try to keep calm. Okay, military training actually hinders you adjusting back to civilian life. It doesn't really. Military training can help you as far as jobs and acquiring jobs or skills that you need to adjust to civilian life. But as far as what it does, it help your psyche? I think not. Okay, there were some support systems, and the Yellow Ribbon program was one where they sent me and my family down to Florida on a plane ride to just relax and to have fun, and they kind of helped us while we were there. We went through some classes, but I can't think of anything else that the military has done to help me cope with it, except for going to the VA and talking with doctors. Actually, how did I approach the challenge? Coming back from the military into civilian life, I actually tried to pick up where I left off, and it was harder. Okay, fellow veterans transitioning to civilian life, advice that I would give you is to not try to just be hoo-hoo after you return. There are things deep down inside of you that you haven't yet pulled out. So my advice is to actually go to the VA and seek help. Overcoming mental and emotional obstacles that came with my military experience. You just have to. Now, for me, I just had to seek help with the VA and private doctors, and one way you overcome is family. One way you overcome, that's probably the best way to overcome, is with family. When you got a support system with the family. Okay, so those are the 2 ways. Okay, the role my family played in supporting me in the transition is, first of all, they welcomed me home. My neighbors welcomed me home. They had a big party for me. And they just kind of let me be me. Okay, have I been involved in any veteran organizations, and have they played a part in my recovery process? The answer to that question, to those questions, is yes and no. Let me elaborate just a little bit. There are service organizations like the American Legion and different organizations like that I didn't join. they tried to get me to join. But I did join my buddies that went over with me, and we came up with a group called the 321st Former Soldier Group. So we meet every year, and it's kind of a reunion, and we talk about war stories and really just about the past, and we talk about how we get help. We kind of educate each other on how to get help. So that's how I cope. Okay, what can the society do better to help soldiers return? The VA is 1,000% better now than they were, say, 30 years ago. I was in the military for 26 years. The horror stories I heard about the VA, they've gotten 80% better, but they still can do more. They still can do more. Looking back, I've learned a lot since coming out. I got out in 2011. I didn't know SWAT at that time about the VA and how it could help. Now I know a whole lot, and it's been, here it is, 2024, and that's 12, 13 years later, and I'm just now getting my due. If I known what I knew now back then, my family would have been a lot better off in 2012 financially. My hopes for the future. I think I wasted a lot of time not being educated about the VA process for soldiers. When I came out, I was, 26, 2011, that's 13 years ago, and that's, I was 47 years old. Now I'm 60, going on 61, and I'm looking at the rest of my life. Well, the question was, how do I look at the future going forward? Okay, it is what it is. I'm at a better place. I want to help those that don't have the knowledge and give all I can to them.